Hi, folks. Welcome back to Vino Experience with David Alexander. Sorry about the delay in getting this up. We've been quite busy and having some dinner with friends and celebrated our anniversary, which was fantastic. And anyway, here we are and going to continue our study of wine through history and looking at the origins of wine and how we ended up to today where we're at. We've gone through Armenia, the Caucasus Mountains, where we saw that wine made its introduction to modern day winemaking. Um, we followed it as it went through to Phoenicia, which is modern day Lebanon. We followed it to Greece, and now we're going to continue to go on its western trek. As you see, the wine is leaving the eastern portion of what would be considered Europe, and actually is coming down through the Middle East and now going through the Mediterranean. And eventually it's going to arrive in the New World. And excited to see as we continue this adventure and end up in California and see how wine has made its trek many thousands of miles to us here in the States. So anyway, appreciate you watching the videos. Again, please subscribe, like the videos, comment it if you like. I try to follow up on the comments and answer any questions you might have or any comments you have about the videos. We really do appreciate it. Glad you guys are watching and enjoying these so far. Okay, so today we're going to go to Rome. Okay, the Roman Empire actually kind of the heyday goes from 27 BC to 395 AD, and as you can tell, some of these dates are going to overlap between these empires and these regions we're going to study. And so we know that the Mycenaean Greeks brought viticulture to Sicily in the 8th century BC. Um, and they actually named Italy Onitria, or land of wine, because it had so many grapes. There's like over 2,000 indigenous grapes in Italy. I mean, it's amazing the number of grapes that are grown there. Over 350 grapes are used for current modern wine production right now. We lived in Italy, obviously, so this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and we'll do another video completely just on Italian wines. But I want to say that Italy has a incredible history of winemaking. Began in the early Roman days, even before then, and continues even to today, making some of the world class wines of the world. In fact, the Romans were the first ones to store wine in wooden barrels. They saw the effect of what storing that wine in wood did, and the aging, and how it actually caused the wine to be fuller and have more impact and flavor. And they said that it tastes better in wood. So after the fall of the Roman Empire, actually Christian monks consistently produced wine. And many times it was wine, communal wine, ceremonial wine. But the Romans were absolutely prolific in spreading wine throughout the Mediterranean. Obviously, the Roman Empire touched many areas, regions around the Mediterranean, in Africa, in Europe, in the Middle East. And so wherever they went, they took wine culture with them because it was such an integral part of their society and their culture. It's interesting that Pliny the Elder said this, and he was a Roman author, naturalist, and natural philosopher. And he actually wrote one of the first encyclopedias ever written. He said, "There's truth in wine." Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? So let's look at a little bit of modern wine production in Italy today. It's one of the largest producers of wine. In fact, it kind of goes back and forth between them and France on who has the most wine production. And France and Italy are definitely the largest consumers of wine. When we lived in Italy, I jokingly say, and it's really true, it's not even a joke, we drank wine at least twice a day and 3 or 4 times on Sunday. because it was just a part of the culture. So they're an incredible producers of wine. And so some of the key wine regions, obviously Chianti, Brunello, Barolo. Um, and let's take some time now to taste some Italian wine. What I have for us today, this is San Giorgio. Let me get the bottle over here. It's a Vino Nobile di Montepulciano in Tuscany. Now it's interesting because Montepulciano can be a very confusing name because there's a grape Montepulciano. This wine does not have the grape Montepulciano in it. It actually has a grape that's a Chianti clone called a Prugnotto. So this is 100% Prugnotto. And these are normally aged about 2.5 years or so in wood. And so it actually has a very, very nice flavor profile. Vino Nobile, as you can tell, was actually originally made for the nobility of Italy, of Rome, and so these wines are premier wines. Uh, but what's really interesting as well is that they are a younger brother to the Brunello. Brunellos can be very expensive; they can cost up to $100 and even more easily. And so these bottles are usually 25, $35. You can get a Vino Nobile Reserva that's probably about $40. That type of price range. So really great prices. But let's drink some of this wine and see how it tastes. Ah, that's very good. Has a little bit of acidity to it. These wines are great with pasta dishes. This would be fantastic with lasagnas, pizzas. It has nice fruit, but at the same time, has some really nice acidity to it as well. A little bit of minerality to it. You can kind of taste a little bit of earthiness on that. Great wine. So, hope you go out and try these wines. Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. Try those wines. They're baby Brunellos. Fantastic wines. Our next adventure will actually go to Israel and we'll taste some wine from Israel as well. Thank you so much for following us. Have a great day. And again, like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and let me know any questions you may have. Thank you for watching.